So Sand People the musical, this has been a long time coming, believe it or not. Some of you may not know, ANU Films has actually produced 2 feature films, the first of which is called Flashback. This is our first feature. We started shooting it in 2005. It's shot entirely in front of a blue screen, and it's an action-adventure sci-fi comedy about a movie studio of the future that's run out of original ideas for films. So they build a time machine to go back in time to gather props and actors for their movies, basically. So pillaging the past for content of the future. One of the parody posters in the background of Flashback, and it's like barely seen like for a couple of seconds, was for Sand People the musical. This was literally made several years ago.
It was shot entirely in front of blue screen, so it's one location for about 8 hours and 3 actors total, so that was very easy. And 2 of our actors, one was Brendan, the director, he was our Boba Fett, and then we had Wes, our wonderful crew member, who jumped in to be one of the Sand People. And then for most of the dancing, we had Rebecca Rose, so I was able to cast her for all of the dance sequences that the Sand People do. And Rebecca is awesome. This is her, I believe, 5th video with ANU Films, and she's choreographed 4 out of those 5. So she's wonderful. I'm so glad that she jumped on board. She had no idea what she was in for, but I hope she had a good time. Sorry, Rebecca.
Celebrate, bro! Celebrating!
Honestly, you making the sound effects makes it so much better.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah. I had no idea what I was getting into because one, I have not seen to be honest, I've not seen Star Wars. My vision wasn't all there just because it was really small, like with the head on. So I was like, can you, just to make sure like timing is correct, can I see you do it like from behind the camera? And he's awesome, and he totally did it. It turned out amazing.
Did you see your brethren beat the crap out of him?
What is a Boba Fett again?
This one, maybe it should have stayed a poster, but as soon as that costume fell in our laps, we couldn't possibly resist the temptation to do something this silly that we had thought about, you know, so many years ago. So for this one, fortunately the actual stage, like outside, we don't see it too much in this, but the actual theater with like an audience and walls was an element that we had built already for Flashback. So I just touched up an old theater that we had used for Lord of the Lord of the Rings sequence and Flashback, but then all the stuff on stage was new.
Got the eye of the panther, we attack, dancing through the sarlacc, 'cause we are the Tuskens, and you're gonna hear us roar.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the behind the scenes of Sand People the musical. You can get more exclusive behind the scenes content on Patreon at patreon.com/ANUFilms. I did it!